I visited over 70 countries by the age of 26, and I get the same question again and again. How did you manage to visit so many countries by such a young age? And in today's video, I will give you so many tips and tricks on how to travel. And I collected all those tips during more than 10 years of traveling. So I am so sure you will get so much value out of this video. Go to Erasmus Plus or go to Erasmus or European Commission websites and search for projects for young people. Those projects are usually called youth exchanges or training courses, and they are funded by Erasmus Plus fundings. And believe me, you can travel basically anywhere in Europe and beyond Europe. By the way, because so many of you really want to travel, I have created an ebook where I summarize all my tips, all my knowledge I've gathered over 10 years of traveling, and you will find the link below this video where you can get the ebook full of tips on how to travel in multiple dimensions. You can see how to get discounts, how to travel more, how to travel better, how to travel with more fun. I think traveling is the most exciting thing in the world. So let's continue now. If you're going on a youth exchange and you need to be between 18 and 30, but if you're going on a training course, then you can have any age. And those courses will not only cover all your expenses, but most importantly, they will gather people from multiple countries, and they always have some topic. Usually it has something to do with sustainability or with career development. And I've been to such project firstly when I was 16 years old and I went to France. Since then I have visited multiple countries. When I was still a high school student, I didn't have a lot of time, neither budget, neither language skills. And I've been to France, to Romania, to Georgia, to Germany, Austria, to Poland, to multiple countries while I was still so young. So already by the age of 18, I've been definitely in like 15 countries back then. So definitely check out all those projects. There are also projects which help you to train if you're a sport enthusiast or if you're a leader in some community. They will usually fund your projects, and you can go abroad to gather some more experience and then to use it in your own community back home. Go to European Voluntary Corps as well, check out the website. Everything all on this topic you will actually find on European Commission or Erasmus Plus projects and so on. Erasmus has multiple branches, and you know Erasmus Mundus is a joint master degree program, but then there are other projects like exchange semester, international internship, exchange and training courses. So this is tip number 1. Tip number 2, I managed to visit so many countries because I didn't spend a lot of money. I was sleeping in hostels, which was actually a lot of fun, and I meeting so many people from all around the world. I save a lot of money on accommodation, and usually is one of the biggest expense. I was searching for cheap flight tickets, and not always the final destination was my dream destination, but when I found a ticket to, let's say, Portugal for €9, I just bought a ticket and went to Portugal. Then I was also using couchsurfing, which you should not use couchsurfing just as a free accommodation. You will get to know the local people and see how the culture works, and you will not be alone. You will get some local buddy, which in my opinion is amazing. I was also saving a lot of money on food, cooking in the hostel. So I was making sure that I limit all my expenses to absolute minimum. For example, I traveled from Mexico all the way to Colombia, and this 2-month long trip, even including the tickets from Panama City to Cartagena, it cost me less than $1,000, which is crazy, including all the accommodations, fun trips, food, parties, and flight tickets. I was not only searching for opportunities to go on youth projects, but also I have studied abroad. And you know me from Erasmus Mundus program, where I was able to study in multiple countries. And this has been one of the options which has allowed me to travel even more, because firstly, I was studying abroad and getting to know new countries. But secondly, also because the scholarship was paying me every single month, and I was financially abundant to travel even more. The fourth reason why I was able to travel as much is because I was also having friends with whom I was traveling with. And if you're traveling alone, then obviously If you have to pay for a room, let's say, then you need to pay it for one person. But if you're in two, or if you're in a group, then you can split easily the cost, even if you're renting a car or you're just making some trip, then you can more easily get a group discount. So I also recommend you to travel with friends or with family. The fifth point, which has enabled me to discover so much from our world, was that I have multiple friends from all around the world. And then obviously it's way more easier to not only have the ideas where to go next, but also then you can stay at your friend's house and you can also spend less money. You're not the target to tourist traps. I was able to travel as much because I was eliminating all my expenses, but also I did a lot of volunteering. So for example, in Panama, I was volunteering in a hostel. So I didn't pay accommodation and I got extra food. As I evolved over time, I started to work in the travel industry and I was a tour guide, and this job has allowed me to live abroad for multiple months or travel around the countries. Obviously, I was guiding in countries I knew, and then you usually go on a trip over and over again, so you're not revisiting any new countries, but it gives you also the space to, after the tour, to travel to new destinations. Like last year I visited Cuba. And then I would say the third stage, just from going from a budget traveler to like saving a lot of as much money as possible to working in travel, the third point, which I think is the most sustainable, most fun right now in my era and in my stage of my life, which I'm graduate, is traveling for business. So let's say you get some business idea and you're going to search for a business partner in the other country. Obviously, this has a lot of downsides because you need to know the regulations, you need to know the culture, and it might be more difficult than just running a business in your own country. If you're producing tables, then you can go to country which produce great wood and you can go and visit them, and if you have a company, you can even deduct expenses like flying tickets because it was a business trip. So I think if I could give an advice to my younger self, I would say don't focus as much on saving, but rather on earning more, and then you can have even more fun in the destinations. I recently read a quote that on vacation, what doesn't count is money and calories. I really love it. So this would be one of the advice: try to expand more, because even like the language of money, everyone speaks. So I would say this opens a lot of doors. However, I would never ever change my past and traveling and like sometimes like really hustling, but I had a lot of fun and it has taught me a lot of things. The absolute last point, and in my opinion, it is kind of related to the business one. It's really, really important to be completely remote or location independent. And I know this is very privileged, but for me, it's really important that if I want, I can take my laptop with me and I can travel even on countryside, or I can travel to different corner of the world and I can still take my work and I can still assure that the income is coming. And I would say this is one of the other ways which will allow you to travel more if it's your dream, because then you can basically do this slow travel to move to one country for a month or 2 or 3, working, but in your free time discovering the country. And I think this is, for me right now, one of the most sustainable approach to travel, because I really, really want to visit as many countries as possible, but I don't want to be just in this massive quick rush to running to every single country, like just like without an idea, without a contribution. I always say that after 2 months of just like traveling, like doing nothing else than traveling, after 2 months you will start feeling like I need to create, I need to do something more than. And I do believe this is going to be helpful if you're searching for a lot of different ways and tools on how to travel as much as possible, because one of my motto for a long time was that even if you have no money, no language skills, you can really travel, because as I mentioned, the language of money, but also the language of emotions, everyone speaks. And I do like to believe that we live in a global village, we're all global citizens, and really it doesn't matter if you're born in Asia or in Europe. We are all humans. We came here alone. We are going to leave alone, but we are having this beautiful experience of living in this world, living during this lifetime, and there is no need to be afraid or going abroad and traveling. Guys, thank you for watching. Please let me know what tip was new to you, and please share also your tips of how to travel more, how to travel better in the comments, and I'm really looking forward to read your tips and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.